Now, as I said last show, Vish, you had Belgium badminton tournament again this weekend, just gone. You're back at uni, everybody knows that now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, it's been hectic, hasn't it? I mean, we haven't been able to get together to record a show in a while, which is why I did that short review show last show.
Yeah.
Basically, guys, it's been hectic. We have received your emails. We haven't been ignoring you because we've actually had some emails saying you're ignoring us, you're not answering our questions. I mean, the whiteboard is pretty chock-a-block, almost. Vishal's had a few nasty questions, including Norton 360. A motherboard question. We did say previously, though, you don't do hardware. But I think this one is software-related motherboard question.
But you would know more about that because it's a motherboard thing.
Yeah, but if it's software-related, then I think it's driver downloads. From what I can remember. I'll ask you so how was Belgium anyway? Did you win your entrance money back? That's the question.
Nah, not really.
Was
Didn't
it
end up coming up to that much, but
was it better than last time though? Because you said it was a bit.
No, last time was better.
Last time was better.
Last time was a lot better.
No worries. Right, we've got a shout out to do. Vishal's been on our podcast server and had a look at our download stats for the show.
Well, the first big shout out is we had 13 downloads in Beijing.
Yep. Shout out to China. Shout out to across the United States. And talking of the United States, we're giving a shout out to one PCTechRadio listener,
which surprisingly, we actually had a quick look. Lives like East Coast.
Yeah, it's East Coast, isn't it?
Apparently, this person lives in New Springville by Richmond Avenue, off Travis Avenue by Lewiston Street. So if you are that person, give us an email.
Yeah, give us an email.
We've given you a shout
out. We're shouting out. Thanks for downloading us. How many downloads is it actually from that one person?
6.
We hope if you've downloaded us by mistake, don't care really, because obviously we're doing this as a bit of fun. Now, we have had a lot of emails across from all over the place, haven't we? So,
we've had too many.
Yeah. Well, put it this way: the downloads the show has been receiving, whether it's been mistakenly downloaded or genuinely downloaded, it's just amazing to have such a big following. And thank you to everybody who has downloaded the show. Okay, we're going to get right into it. Now, you told me to remind you of the Mackey's story. What's all this about now?
Oh, basically, the other day, I was actually I was reading the newspaper, local paper.
Yeah, local paper here in the UK.
They go, and normally the Mackeys, I forgot what the hell you call it now. They have a famous phrase and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Theirs is "I'm loving it."
Yeah.
They had one saying in there at the top. It goes, "McDonald's, we're loving it."
Okay.
And I read it, and guess what it says? In Thailand,
right,
you can actually pay the equivalent of £250, and you can get married at McDonald's.
No way.
Married. McDonald's will actually get you married in their place and let you get married at a Mackey's, and you get Mackey's meals.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
That's a cheap wedding reception.
250 quid. So imagine that. You've got your wedding cake, which is kind of like a giant muffin.
Yeah, true.
With a few donuts on the top.
Oh dear.
And then imagine for your actual meal, you have a specially made burger with fries on the side.
No, do you know what I'd have? I'd have a tray of fries to myself.
Yeah.
With 2 Big Macs. Yeah, that'd be me. I'd be happy then.
Is that your idea of getting some buns?
Probably. Okay, guys, we're going to go into the show right after this. This is a band under review. Now, Vishal, you had a little listen to this. This isn't. You said it for your tasty music. It was a bit rocky, but generally, it's
no, it's a nice track.
Good track.
After the track plays, I'll tell you what I actually think of the music, like what it reminds me of.
Oh yeah, because you were saying it reminds you of
Yeah.
something else.
Play
Now,
the
this
track and then
this
I'll
is
probably
our
know it
band
reminds me.
under review. This is Fight For Us from Gloucester, my hometown. Guys, hope you enjoy this track. This is Fight For Us, and the track is Battered and Bruised. Has Nickelback brought any new stuff out recently? They haven't, have they?
To be honest, I haven't really paid much attention. I mean, the last stuff I paid attention to, Nickelback wise. I can't remember what that track was now.
Remind me. That was the name of it, wasn't it?
No, that was their first track.
Was it?
They had Far Away, Rockstar.
Yeah. Remind me.
Remind Me, and they had a couple more as well.
Yeah. But that's not a criticism.
Someday.
That's a good.
No, that's a good thing to say.
Fight For Us are based in Gloucester. We are going to try and either get down to them and give them an interview, because we have had a few questions for them. We will try and email over the questions to Scott and the other members of the band.
Yep.
Also, Vishal, before I forget, we have to go to Northampton. I forgot to tell you. We will be going to Northampton to interview Matt Round and the band and the guys in Northampton.
Nice.
So,
by the way, having a shout out to make someone who's like on the west coast, by LA, near like Long Beach sides, by Bucknell Road and Andover Place.
yeah, email us, drop us an email, give us a shout out. We'll give shout outs as we go through the show. Now, we're going to get into the show now. Obviously, we've had a few emails about Facebook this week and last week.
Yep.
About non-responsive scripts for Farmville, Cafe World, and what's that other one? That new one that they've got, Frontierville and Mafia Wars.
Yeah.
No,
To be honest, my honest thing. Okay, Mafia Wars, fair enough. I can understand people playing Mafia Wars and stuff. I hate it.
Be gentle.
No, I'll be honest. I didn't like it because I didn't like it on the basis that I wasn't interested in the game, but I had so many annoying people sending me requests every day. I had like 20 requests from people sending me to play Mafia Wars. So all I did was I blocked the application, so no one can send me anything ever again. But Farmville, jeez, for the love of God, people, just
Why?
Just find something better to do.
Yeah.
Something non-Farmville
But
related.
The thing is, though, Farmville, it's a good thing to pass time, really, isn't it? And Cafe World. So from what I can understand,
I mean, to be honest, would you rather spend an hour and a half on there, or would you rather turn your PS3 on or your Xbox 360 on?
Okay. Now, it's non-responsive scripts, Vish.
Yep.
From my understanding of non-responsive scripts, it means that a script on the web page isn't working.
Yep.
And the issue is that it comes up with a non-responsive script, but then it freezes. It actually freezes the computer, and Firefox or Internet Explorer freezes, and then they have to literally restart and log back in. Is there any way around this, or the question really is from the listener?
Could you update your thing?
Firefox or
could update Firefox. I was thinking more about I forgot what the hell is it called now. The Adobe.
The Flash Player.
Yeah, Adobe Flash Player.
Yeah, well, there is a new version out, so
If you update the Flash Player and try that, if it still doesn't work, I'm sure if you go onto the actual, not the application to open it to play the game, if you go into Facebook, the actual application to like view people's reviews and stuff,
yeah,
I'm sure there are probably a lot of people that have complained about it.
yeah,
And I'm sure the technical team must have known about this, so they might already be trying to work out the kinks on it. If it's actually the application itself screwing up,
yeah.
Because if a lot of people are getting this problem, then you're not the only one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did a bit of research, and it did say that they were having some technical issues and things like this on that. I mean, it's basically because it's third-party games on Facebook, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
We've got the Premiership one, haven't we, where you play the football against.
You're rubbish at that one.
Yeah, but I haven't been playing it. I've got 50 requests all off you, so I've got to play the match.
Do you know why I sent you those requests? I get free money for sending you the requests.
Yeah, so Okay, guys. Hopefully that helps with the first part of our Facebook issues.
And just a quick thing, we have 10 people who downloaded us from Colombia.
That's got to be a drug dealer. I swear to God, that's got to be a drug dealer. Come on, you hear Colombia? What's the first thing you think of?
Drugs.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I'm being general, but you know,
I genuinely think it's not. But I don't know because it's on the other side of the planet, so I can't really.
But the thing is, you hear Colombia, you think cocaine. Yeah. You think DEA, you think FBI, you think, you know, even the SAS have been there, you know, to knock out some of these drug barons. If it isn't, then fair dues, thanks for downloading us. But, you know, if you are a scum peddling drug dealer, then we don't appreciate you downloading us.
Welcome to PCTechRadio, drug crime headquarters.
Yeah. Well, anyway, to the next bit on Facebook now. Uploading photos error. This is an interesting one. Basically, the email stated that when they were trying to upload multiple photos, it keeps coming up with an error on Firefox.
Okay.
Tried it on Internet Explorer, same error. So, what is the way or technique that we would use to go around about this? I've basically thought of...
There's three ways of uploading it. There's the new uploader, which they've got right now.
Yeah.
They've got the old Java uploader, where it actually loads up the JavaScript and allows you to upload with the JavaScript. And then there's the old school one, which they say is the simple uploader.
Right.
The simple uploader, you can only do 5 photos at a time.
Okay.
The Java one, you can select everything per folder. So you can put everything into a folder. I think you can select 50 or 60 photos in a go.
Okay.
And then there's the new uploader, which kind of like you click select files, and then it opens up. You know, like when you're trying to save something.
Oh yeah.
And then you actually just select all the files
that you want to upload to. Yeah.
So there's 3 ways to upload it. If you've tried all 3, if you tried the first and the second method and it hasn't worked, then that might just be your Java. You might need to update your JavaScript.
And also, we had an interesting email which both of us have dealt with in the past with Facebook, uploading videos.
Oh God, for the love of God, no. I'm sure you all just heard me say that right now.
As you can tell, this was a bit of an awkward one, wasn't it? Because there was me uploading my dad's video to my Facebook profile, which I had to split the video because it was more than 20 minutes. And then, what was your one? You had a big one, didn't you? You were trying to upload a video and it wouldn't do it through Firefox.
That was my badminton video.
Yeah, and it wouldn't do it through Firefox, would it?
Wouldn't do it through Firefox, and unfortunately I had to do the unthinkable and go to use that poor piece of software, which apparently somehow actually allowed me to upload the video, which I have no idea why. But let me assure you, I had 2 firewalls open, and I had like anti-malware, anti-spyware, and antivirus software all open at the same time, just to ensure nothing went wrong on my computer.
But yeah, to upload a video through Facebook, it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you have to remember,
it's Facebook. Facebook is just getting sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's a case of, it does actually say the video can be no longer than 20 minutes. Yeah. So even if it's a minute over, guys...
1 second over.
Really?
Yeah, if it's 20 minutes and 1 second, won't let you upload it.
Really?
Well, 20 minutes is 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes and I think 300 megs in size. So if you've got a 310 meg file, that is 310 meg file, that's 18 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't upload it. It's more than 300 megs. So you've got to convert it down to get it in size as well.
So basically it's going to be
300 megs and 20 minutes.
That's crazy. That is nuts. You know, how can... but basically, what we suggest is to split the video if it's more than 20 minutes, then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, you can split the video. There's loads of free softwares for
splitting videos.
Use.
So
there's loads.
Now, we've got a main issue coming up, which is a LimeWire error for the new version of LimeWire. We've also been asked to discuss the new version of Internet Explorer. and the and the bugs on the new version of Firefox. Now we don't mind talking about that, do we, Vish? You know, because we know Firefox actually listen to their customers. Okay, the next track we're gonna play is a shout out to a good friend of ours who works at the One Stop Shopping Centre here in Perry Bar in Birmingham. He's one of the PCSOs who patrol the centre. Yusuf Khan has requested this song. This is The Doors and Break On Through. And dude, this one's for you. You may hear noises in the background. That's because we've got the window open here in the studio because it's a bit muggy and hot in here today. Now, we've had a few emails about the new version of LimeWire. We don't use LimeWire personally, do we, Vish?
Nope.
I mean, how can we describe LimeWire? It's basically a downloading tool for
illegal downloads, basically.
Peer-to-peer file sharing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So basically, guys, we've had a few. Well, it's not illegal downloading because you can get legitimate stuff through LimeWire because you can pay for it. And
well, if you pay for the Pro,
yeah,
then I think you might be able to. But still, peer-to-peer has always been a dodgy.
Yeah, it's always been a dodgy, and we never advise downloading illegal music or things like that. Basically, the issue with this is people have got the new free basic version, and it's spread across the board from XP to Windows 7. They install it properly, but when they come to double click it to activate the program to get it working, it pops up with an error box instead of loading the program. So is this an inherent thing to say you have to go pro now, or I mean, that's my take on it.
It might just be a general problem with LimeWire.
Yeah.
When was that new version released? Recently, or has it been out for a few months?
It's been out for a few months, from what I can tell.
If it's been out for a few months, then they might still be doing kinks to it.
Right, so it could be a general error
It could be a general LimeWire error.
that's affecting the entire...
Because if it's affecting XP, Vista and Windows 7,
Yeah,
then it's not a Windows problem.
okay.
So it's got to be a LimeWire problem.
Yeah, because I've had a couple of emails. Again, I don't deal with the software, but that's Visual's area of expertise.
By the way, there's something a little bit scary that I do have to kind of say. I'm looking at, when I was telling you about when we were looking at where people are listening from around the world.
Yeah.
Right, there's someone who's done 6 downloads from Canada. Thank you, from Canada.
Yeah.
Calgary. Queen's Park. Guess where by? Queen's Park Cemetery.
Ooh.
And funnily enough, when I'm looking at it on the map, and I'm looking at it on the satellite and hybrid, it doesn't even look like there's a house there.
It's just a cemetery.
Yeah, you just see trees and you see a few little dots.
Oh dear. Okay. That's freaky. But, yeah.
Someone on their laptop.
We're going to get, probably, but Calgary, isn't Canada normally snowy half the time of the year?
Yeah.
Who would want to be out there downloading us? I've got no idea. Drop us an email anyway, admin@PCTechRadio.com. We'll answer back and we'll give you a shout out on the show, as we've been doing all the way through. Okay, the next part of the show is going to be a delve into a question that Vishal had about our favourite antivirus software. Vishal shaking his head as if to say no. Right, we had an email to the show from an anonymous emailer again. Please, I'm going to say it, Rich. I think we can't basically send your emails, but please put your name at the end of the email after your question, because it would be nice to sort of personalise it and put it to you.
You don't have to give us your full names.
Just your first name,
Give us your first name.
Right, basically the question was, they bought the brand new HP desktop computer.
Where did they buy it from?
Do you really want me to tell you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I already know what the answer is, but
Okay.
I want the viewers to listen to it.
They bought the brand new HP desktop computer from PC World.
First mistake.
Yep. Now, they were sold Norton 360
Second mistake.
along with the desktop as a good antivirus. Had Windows 7 on it. Great move.
Good move, yep.
You know, it's top drawer, because I've had a look at the specs of the new HP desktop, and I'll tell you what, it is awesome system. Even though it's HP, which is expensive in it by itself anyway.
Yeah. We just build our system from scratch and we get it made.
Yeah. We get it made for half the price. Or we'll go to Computer Fair and get it even cheaper. You know.
Do it.
But basically, they bought the system, they took it home, hooked it all up, done all the setup and organised all Windows and took off what they didn't need and everything. Comes to install Norton 360. They've installed the disk on the computer, set it all up, seems to have installed okay, and then when it comes to the restart, they've restarted it. When it boots up, it automatically, straight away, brings up an error box.
Yeah.
And it's something to do with Norton 360. They haven't sent the error code of what it is, but I've put it down to, I sent an email back saying that it could be that it hasn't installed correctly, but the installation went through fine. This is what was emailed back. The installation went through perfect, no problems, no issues, but the only thing is Norton 360 comes up with that toolbar at the bottom on the bar, and it's got the red circle with the white X, which means it's not functional. So does this mean they have to reinstall it, or what would
I'd uninstall it totally and then reinstall it again. But to be honest, my honest opinion, uninstall it and do not install it again.
Yeah.
Do not keep it on your system.
Yeah.
Norton 360 is probably one of the worst pieces of software to have in your computer.
Yeah. Well, we discussed this a couple of shows back, didn't we? About Norton 360 and how awkward it is on your computer system, didn't we, Nish? I mean, I can't remember which show it was. I think we're having a debate about AVG and
Sorry about that noise.
Yeah, that's our post office machine going nuts. We've got a ghost in this studio, I think. But we were discussing that, weren't we? I mean, personally, I go with AVG all the time, to be honest. What about you, Vish?
I would stick with AVG.
Yeah. So, but hope that helps. You know, try reinstalling it. If not, if you don't get any joy, as Vishal said, uninstall it, lob it in the bin, or sell it on eBay. You know, try and recoup some of your money back.
Put it in the local papers, Norton 360 with the CD key, legit, everything.
Yeah.
You know, £10, £5, 50p, penny, whatever you want, take it.
Because at the end of the day, I think we discussed how, because you've got ones like Kaspersky, AVG, and then you've got Symantec, which do the Norton antivirus.
Yep.
AVG, your update's completely free, you don't have to pay for them. Norton, yearly subscription fee of about 80 quid.
Oh, yeah, McAfee.
Oh yeah, McAfee as well, but you still have to pay for that.
To be honest, out of the second best one is McAfee in my eyes. AVG is first, then them, then Kaspersky.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Norton are right at the bottom. Norton are the Internet Explorer out of all of them.
Are we still doing that rating system?
Yep.
Internet Explorer and Firefox. Oh, that's another thing we've been asked to cover as well. The errors on Firefox. So we'll get to that later on in the show. Vishal's brought along some good tracks today.
Yep.
I mean, fitting your PC, your wireless card earlier.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
I had a granddad moment when I was fixing Vishal's computer.
He didn't just have a granddad moment, he had a blonde moment. A granddad moment. Everything all in one. Basically, just imagine he's fitted something into the computer.
Well, what was it? It was your
wireless card.
Visuals had issue. We may as well explain the story a little bit.
Yeah.
Visuals been having problems with his Sky Internet here in the UK. Sky TV offer an internet service package. He's had a few issues, and we figured out it was down to the wireless card within his computer. So basically, we've set up the wireless card, done all that, installed it. I come to turn the computer on, not realising.
Basically, what turned around and happened was he opened the base unit, fit the card in, and then he's like, "Okay, let me turn it on." And while he's trying to press the button, he's like, "How come this isn't working?" And there I am holding the power lead in my hand, not plugged in.
So,
and David's like, "Why isn't it turning on?" I'm like, "Dude, do you need this plugged in or not?"
So definite blonde moment, guys. Definite blonde moment. You know, so, but in the end we got it sorted. I think all we have to do is get the driver for you, don't we?
Yep.
So
I'll download that in a while.
We'll do that after the show. Get it out of the way. What is your? Just a quick thing before we go into it in detail after this next track. What is your take on the new Firefox?
I haven't actually tried it. A reason why I haven't tried it is there's an issue and a bit of a problem. It might be site compatibility, or it might just be Firefox itself.
Right, so we'll go
a few kinks into it.
We'll go into detail when we after this next track.
Yeah.
I mean, the next track we're going to play is
Movado featuring Statius, Coming to My Room. And the good thing about this track is I heard this track, one of my mates played it for me while we were in Belgium.
Yeah.
I won't say his name, but he'll know what I'm talking to. He's my badminton coach's little brother.
Right.
And he played this track. So
cool.
Brilliant track.
So, I mean, this is the clean version, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I heard the uncut version at your house, and I don't think we can play that on this.
No, we can't.
Okay, guys, we'll be back with the issues that are facing Firefox and a little bit on the new Internet Explorer 9. Okay, guys, we'll be back after this. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay, we spoke about the about Firefox, wasn't it, before that song break?
Yeah.
The one thing that I noticed with Firefox on this version, as soon as they realised the errors, they actually came out straight away and said, these are the errors, we are trying to fix them, didn't they?
I think it's more in the sense that as soon as people started downloading it and people came back and told them they got the errors, they actually listened to the feedback that they got.
Yeah. So,
unlike some web browser makers. Not saying no names. I'm sure everyone who listened to the shows know what we were talking about.
Yeah, we won't keep badgering on about a certain internet browser that we don't like. That unfortunately we may have to use from time to time. Okay. Another thing as well. I mean, a lot of it, you were saying before the song break, it may be site compatibility and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, what it was for us was thing. I'm trying to get onto forums and stuff to obviously I socialise with people on there and just like talk to people, music and stuff like that. Talk about music and films and stuff and general news and that. And basically all that happens is you get you click reply and you click quick reply. Now on forums, when you click quick reply, it goes to a box at the bottom of the page, and normally you type in, you can see what you're typing. The new Firefox, it comes up blank. But if I click post, it actually posts what I've written, but I can't see what I've written.
Okay, it's a bit strange, but
so it's really, really weird. And as soon as I've actually like uninstalled it and installed a previous version of it, it's worked perfectly fine, and then I can see everything again.
It's a bit strange, that one is, but these things happen, I think. There's a few things that we'll be doing in the next couple of weeks. I think the upcoming shows we're going to do the internet browsers versus, shall we?
Yeah.
How should we start this one off? Should we do it Firefox versus all the others? Or should we? Because we've done Firefox versus Internet Explorer, but I think we should do Firefox 4 versus the new Internet Explorer 9, and then Firefox 4 versus Google Chrome, Firefox 4 versus Opera, and all the other ones. What do you reckon? Because that was a suggestion put forward by one of the listeners to the show. I mean, if you have any suggestions for show items that you want on the show, please email us at admin@PCTechRadio.com, and we'll put them into consideration and we'll go from there. Now, Vishal will be very, very busy over the next coming weeks. Unfortunately, he's back at uni. How's that going, by the way, anyway? Because you were panicking a bit at the start of...
It's going rubbish as usual, but uni's uni.
Yeah, but you were panicking at the start before September, weren't you?
Oh, that's because the uni screwed everything up and didn't give me my time.
Yeah, what was going on with that? Because you were, at one point you were saying, yeah, I've got my timetable, and then the next minute is, no, what's going on?
They gave me my timetable, and they screwed the timetable up, because I meant to do the equivalent of 8 different modules in a year.
Right.
And they put me down for 9.
Ah.
So I'm thinking, what do I drop and what do I keep?
Yeah, but you were saying to me you can't drop any of those modules, can you?
Well, that's what I thought, so I had to go to them and say to them, what am I meant to be doing?
Yeah.
And apparently they've registered me for one twice.
What?
So it's kind of like, what they did was, you have your dissertation to do.
Yeah.
I've done half of my dissertation already.
Okay.
So what I'm only meant to be doing is I'm meant to be doing it in the second half of the year, doing a bit in the second half of the year. But what they do is they registered me for the second half of the year for that, and then they registered for me, what half the people who haven't done it, and have to do a whole year-long one. So,
right.
So they registered me for the year-long and the half-year-long one.
Okay, that's a bit strange.
And because I can't drop them because you have to do it,
yeah,
he's like, oh, because all those you have to do, you've got an extra one which you can pick, but because you have to do that one as well, you have to do it next year.
So hold on, you're
So he's basically turned around and said you have to spend another semester next year doing one topic, one module, and you have to pay half a year's worth of fees.
What?
So imagine you paying 1,700 quid to do one subject for 3 months.
Okay, that's a bit of a
rip-off.
Yeah. To put it politely. Okay, we've had a lot of emails as well about PC Tech Radio TV. Me and Vishal were discussing this the other day. We're going to put plans into action to put PC Tech Radio TV online. It will be under PC Tech Radio on iTunes and will be available as a video podcast. Now, we were discussing the first 3 shows, weren't we, Vish?
Yeah.
So, and we've had a lot of requests on how we actually do the show and what we actually do and what the studio actually looks like. Well, at this moment in time, it's it looks like a nuclear bomb's hit it.
The funny thing was as well, he was asking me for suggestions to say, what should we do our first video podcast on?
Yeah.
And I said to him...
This was freaky, wasn't it?
Yeah, because the first thing I said to him was the suggestion that 99% of the viewers made.
Yeah.
Was, we just want the camera just show us what you guys actually do in a recording slot, in an hour and a half show. What do you do? So when you play the music, what do you do in the meantime? Yeah. If you actually saw what we did, you'd probably think we're a couple of nutcases.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, guys, what we're going to do, we have to get a few bits and pieces of equipment first, because obviously we don't want you guys, being bored out your skulls, watching us just chat to each other during the break. We want you to be able to listen to some music as well.
Yeah.
So
the good thing as well, is that it's kind of like
you get to see what Vishal looks like.
No. No. You get to see what a granddad he is. That's the best bit of it.
Oh, here we go. I'm not that bad. Come off it.
By the way, just to go slightly off topic. You were saying I'm downloading my driver.
Yeah.
I can't download it off the Nikia site.
Why?
Because it turned around and said, oh, you have to register and you have to put your serial number in for everything. So I'm like, why am I going to put a serial number in? So I Googled it and downloaded it from a third party.
Yeah.
Why?
No, because they need to show that it's your product and that you bought it, which you have, but obviously you haven't brought it down with you.
I haven't got the serial number with me right now, obviously.
And it's the serial number off the back of the card.
Yeah, oh God.
which is currently connected to your computer.
So I'd have to open the base unit.
Take the card out.
And hopefully next time you manage to keep the power leading.
Okay. But yeah, we've discussed... We were on about doing that for one show, wasn't we?
Yeah.
So that'd be a... I think we should do that for a 2-hour show. Get a load of topics and break down a 2-hour show and put up a 2-hour video podcast. What do you reckon, Rish?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, so people can see what we do, what the studio looks like. Hopefully, fingers crossed, by that time we'll have the studio up and running. Seeing as I've left our lovely workplace and Vishal's still there.
Hey, I'm not fussed at all.
Well, you're still at uni, so it works out for you, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, I mean, not being rude, but if they kind of like give me a bit of crap, I show them the middle finger and do one. I don't care. The amount of money, the amount of money we're going to be making anyway.
Well, yeah, because we're setting up the PCTechRadio will be going retail soon. Yeah. We have an announcement to make. We are awaiting funding, and we will be opening up a retail stand, hopefully locally to us. We can't confirm anything yet, but once it's in place, we'll be offering computer repairs, upgrades, system builds, and general computer advice, isn't it, Vishal? Basically.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to offer PCTechRadio merchandise. Unfortunately, to our American listeners, we do apologise. You'd have to be in the UK to come and see us. But you can order our PCTechRadio merchandise through our website, which is also going to be overhauled and done up. What else are we having done, Vish? I mean, we're doing the studio out, getting new equipment, aren't we?
Yeah.
But we were also discussing getting that was it, getting the studio album properly done, weren't we? Through a proper record label, independent record label. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that comes off. Got to make a few phone calls tomorrow. But you know, we're gonna go on to a different topic, which is the latest computer fair coming up, and what you can expect to see from that. We'll be back after this next tune, which is Queen and Gimme the Prize. We're going to go into the changes that are going to be happening over the next couple of months, aren't we, Vish, on PCTechRadio. So basically, we're going to be starting PCTechRadio TV, which will be our video podcast. And the first... How are we going to break this down? Because it's going to... We don't want to sort of overload people with what we do. Should we do like an intro on how we set up the show, and then the show itself, then what we do after?
We can do a couple of quick ones as well.
Yeah, and I mean one of the ones that we were asked to do as well was how to build a computer from scratch.
Yeah, which
would be a good one. So we'll cover that as well. There'll be a few changes in the studio. We'll be improving the mics and all that. We'll be getting some guests on to discuss their technological stuff, and also in the free-for-all shows we're going to be reviewing a lot more. Oh, and the movie and music charts.
Yes.
In the free-for-all shows, we're going to be introducing a top 10 and a top 5 movie chart, top 10 music chart, top 10 music chart and top 5 movie chart, made up of movies that we go and review or music bands that we review. So, and then they'll go up or down from week to week, and we'll get you guys voting on that. I think that'd be it, wouldn't it, really? That's primarily the changes, because everything's going to be changed and overhauled and sort of... Oh, and Vishal almost broke the studio laptop earlier. Decided to switch itself off, didn't it? Which is a bit strange. So,
It's having its own granddad moment, like granddad.
Yeah, I think so. But guys, look, we haven't covered a lot of topics today, have we, Vish? Really, to be honest. So, email in your problems, email in your errors, issues, and stuff like that, and we can try and sort out what we can do for you. We're going to be improving the website. So, over the next couple of weeks, obviously, Vishal's got his uni work.
I've got too much of it.
Is it really that hectic?
Oh yeah.
Bloody hell.
I'm probably going to have 4 or 5 pieces of coursework due in the next 5 weeks.
Oh, that's because it's your final year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Right. But other than that, guys, we're going to try and help out where we can. So keep sending us your emails, your questions, and your requests. I mean, we haven't stopped. We had an email actually, Vish, saying if we stopped doing song requests, and we haven't, have we?
We've never said no to it.
Exactly. So if you've got a song request, send it in, and we will play it. You know, we have a couple of big announcements. Where I'm introducing a new host to the show, Roger Wingate, who will be joining us from time to time here in the studio, giving computer advice. And on the Free For All shows, we have a surprise host. I'm giving a shout out to DJ Chutney from Nottingham, Nottingham Trent Radio DJ. She knows who she is.
I thought you were going to say DJ Arms there for a second.
No.
Like, what?
If it was DJ Arms, I'd be getting autographs and God knows what, you know. But DJ Chutney, you know who she is, Vish.
Yes.
I've spoken about her before. I'm gonna give her a shout out on this show, and I'll promise you, I'll play some of the tracks that you gave me on the next show, on our next review show, because there's some really crisp tracks by a group called Cashapp, reggae group, who are absolutely amazing. The tracks are brilliant. The next tune we're going to play, just to break it up a bit more, is Vish.
And it's Marvel or Marvelous, and the track is called We Know. Very, very good track, UK artist.
Is it?
Yeah, well, UK group.
I don't think I've heard this one, so I hope you guys like it. And I'll the next Free For All show, which is 2 shows time,
Yes.
which will be movie reviews. So
That's the one we definitely got to do all of Tupac's tracks. You still haven't done that yet.
Yeah, we have to do that.
Still haven't done that yet.
Yeah, we have now.
See, if Grandad completely forgot because of his old age. See,
I'm 30. Yeah, true. My brain's going. It doesn't work that well anymore.
it never has worked correctly. It's not working good anymore. It's never been correct.
Oh dear. But yeah, we'll be doing the Tupac dedication show. We're not going to edit any of the tracks.
Yep, we won't. Unfortunately,
We are giving it a guidance rating. We are not.
Unfortunately, for all the people who are really, really big Tupac fans, we cannot play Hit 'Em Up.
Yes.
We're not allowed to play Hit 'Em Up, and trust me, I am more annoyed than all of you. I want to play Hit 'Em Up so badly, but I can't play it.
Because of the language and the
Actual rights and stuff. To play
the track. We're
not allowed to.
We're not allowed to. We actually looked it up, didn't we?
Yep.
Because we had a lot of. I remember when we announced we were going to do the Tupac dedication show, which was 2 days after his official death anniversary. We had a couple of emails requesting to play Hit 'Em Up, but when we looked at it on the net, I mean, what was one of them saying? It was can't play it due to legal rights and the language pertaining in the track, isn't it? Something along those lines.
Well, okay, for people who don't know what this is, actually go and have a listen to the track. Yeah. You can listen to it on YouTube. There's an official video for it as well. Go and actually listen to it. It is... because I'm someone, I love diss tracks. I put my hand up and say, I love diss tracks. Diss tracks is what I listen to more than anything.
That one you played for me earlier with Eminem and Lil Wayne.
Yep.
That's That's a diss track and a half.
It's actually, because when you listen to the second verse on Eminem, it's actually quite good. But Hit 'Em Up, in my eyes, is actually one of the best diss tracks.
Yeah.
That's been played.
We won't go into detail about that because that's...
Basically, he rips off... apparently he was going to rip off Jay-Z at the end, which is actually one of the bits... You actually hear him at the end. You know when he's talking about his .44 and stuff. You hear a silence for about a couple of seconds. Actually, he's ripping Jay-Z in those lines. But legally, what happened afterwards was the beef was going to get squashed. Pac died, so what they did is they actually edited that out and didn't release it.
Right.
Because they didn't want rap fans to know that there was going to be a beef coming out. Because Pac died, so they don't want that coming out after he's dead.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Jay-Z would have wanted to rip down Pac after he died anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
No one would have.
Yeah. Because I mean, Tupac was one of the biggest. I mean, I'm gonna put my neck on the line. I had every single one of his albums, every single one.
I've got everyone. I've got all his remix albums that people have made.
I don't like some of the. I don't like some of the fan remixes though because they've gone too far.
To be honest, most of the fan remixes are not really all that.
There's a really good one. I mean, there is a really good one. I'll have to play it for you in a bit. Now, coming back to PCTechRadio, we digress. So we are going to be doing the Tupac dedication show, and that's down to Visual. We're going to dig out some classic Tupacs, probably some Machiavelli, some Junior Mafia.
You can put like Hail Mary on if you want.
It's a good track, that is. No, Mama is a good track.
Yeah. I just want to play some of my ones that I love.
The opening track for that show, we want to vote. The opening track is going to be between Changes and Hail Mary.
Oh, I'd say Changes.
I'd say Changes, but we're going to put it to the audience, Vish, for the Free For All show, which is in 2 shows' time.
Actually, I'd say Changes and Hail Mary can be the closing track.
Okay, but we're still going to put it to a vote.
Yeah. Whichever one goes first, the other one becomes the ending track.
Yeah. So, guys,
that's a good one actually.
We're going to put it to a vote. Email us at admin@PCTechRadio.com for what you want the Tupac dedication show opener to be. You have a choice: is Hail Mary or Changes. Now, me and Vishal have said Changes.
I said it straight away
because it's an amazing track. And that was the first track released after his death.
Yep.
That was. I remember that because I remember buying it. Now, to go on to CPUs, Vish. Quick question about CPUs. Now, everybody knows about dual cores. They want to know about. We're getting a lot of questions about the i processors, the i3s, 5s, and 7s.
Yeah.
And they said, what is so special and what is the difference between dual core and those? The major difference is they automatically overclock.
Yeah. The simple thing that people don't actually know what an i3 or i5 or i7 processor is.
Let's explain it to them.
An i3 processor is an Intel with how many processor chips in there?
12, I think.
How many are in the 5?
12.
And how many are in the 7?
12. I think. I haven't looked into them properly, but I know it's 12. All running at 1 point something gig.
Yeah. The higher spec you get, the quicker it is. So imagine 12 1 gig chips. So you've got 12 gig processor.
Yeah. Basically.
So when you've got a 3 gig dual core, that's 6 gig altogether.
Yeah.
So you got a 1 gig i3.
Yeah.
12.
But the difference is the processor automatically overclocks. Am I correct? Yeah, it automatically overclocks.
Some do, some don't.
Is it the i5's up that?
I think the i7's overclock. I think i7s are the only one that really overclock properly. Because I remember the i7s, looking at the i7s, I think it came up, it said something like, at the end it goes, I think it was 8,000 megahertz or something like that. And then, and then it overclocks. And when it overclocks, it overclocks about another 2,000 built in. That overclock is 2,000 built in. You can then manually change it and overclock another 2,000.
You wouldn't want to manually overclock because it could burn out the processor, basically.
But there's people who are very, very technical and know what they're doing, which will probably do it. But in normal terms, I don't think most people will even know how to change the settings to overclock it in the first place. So I don't think you guys will really need to know much about that.
Yeah, but
that's very, very technical.
So our choice really then is the i processors. Still go with dual core as
dual core if you don't want to get the i processors because they are a bit expensive.
Well, the i7s are still 300 and something quid. So
oh my god.
Yeah, expensive.
I want an i7. So I want a GTX graphics card.
Oh, do you know what? The i7s might be at the computer fair I'm going to Saturday.
Get some.
Yeah. Yeah, just to let everybody know, the National Motorbike Museum here in Birmingham in the UK is holding its annual, its monthly computer fair, all at trade prices. Worth popping down and having a look. I'm going there myself to pick up a few hard drives, memory, and Visual's given me a list of A4 paper to take with me.
Yes, indeed.
Well, the last computer fair we went to wasn't that
rubbish.
Yeah,
it was rubbish. It was rubbish.
Yeah.
Just let me put it this way: we went with high hopes. Do you know what I came out with? So I went to a computer fair. Do you know what what I walked out with? I had a list of about 20, 30 things I wanted.
Yeah.
I walked out with CD cover cases, 2 50 spindles of blank DVDs.
Yeah.
And 1 cable for inside the computer.
Yeah.
And to have 4 USB ports. I came up with 4 things that probably cost me about £15.
I mean, I had 160 with me, didn't I?
Yeah.
And that was.
But you bought your case and everything as well, so
yeah,
it was
but
a bit of a difference.
still, it was. I had the case, the 2 packs of disc covers.
No, but we went to the cash point as well to withdraw. Remember, you withdrew some more out.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully this one bigger expectations and apparently everything at trade prices. This is what I love. Everything at trade prices. Trade prices to me means half price of retail. So I'm gonna love it. But guys, give a view of computer fairs if you want to pick up some decent stuff for your systems. They're well worth checking out in your local area. So the next song we're going to play is Flow Rider featuring T-Pain.
Yeah. Can I say a funny thing about Flow Rider?
Go on.
There was a funny story. There was, I think, program on MTV that used to come on, and it's kind of like, I forgot what it was now. You can see it. Everyone's like stood upstairs. You can look at the window and you can look outside, and then there's fan stuff outside. I forgot what it's called now. There's that program where they have like musicians and artists and stuff.
They have artists come on and they've got people outside the window with banners saying, yeah.
In that program, someone came on, another famous female artist. I think she does like pop music. She's not famous like, even though I don't like Britney, Mariah Carey, or that famous Madonna, that like big worldwide. But she's famous in the sense that people know who she is. She came on and she announced the track, and you know what she said? I think it was Flow Rider's track with T-Pain, Low.
Right.
And she goes, our next track is Florida, Low. That's how much she knew about Flow Rider.
Oh dear.
She goes, our next track is Florida.
Oh, that's as bad as me trying to pronounce the title of this song.
That's cold.
Right. This song is... Vish, do you want to do this one? Because I can't pronounce it and I don't want to embarrass.
Flow Rider featuring T-Pain, and it's called Zeus Girl.
Yeah. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go.
Say it that way if you want.
But we're not that silly on this show. Okay. So the next couple of shows we're going to be doing the browser reviews. Browser reviews, aren't we? So we'll do Firefox versus everybody else.
Yep.
And see what comes out on top.
Firefox are Firefox, so they're at the top.
Yep.
And Internet Explorer are right at the bottom.
And everybody else in between.
And everyone else is in between.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Internet Explorer aren't really at the bottom. AOL are at the bottom. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but AOL and Internet Explorer are the same thing, really.
Yeah, they're both rubbish. Actually, they're both rubbish. That's not the point. Though.
Joint last. Right. Yeah. So, like I said, there's going to be a few changes as I've left our lovely workplace finally after 10 years. I miss it though. I miss the people. Come on. Yeah.
Not really.
That's cold. But yeah, we're going to be extending things here at PCTechRadio, changing things about, upgrading our equipment. We are available to attend. We've been getting a lot of emails, Vish, as well. I needed to bring this up with you, and I'll bring it up on the show. We've been getting a lot of emails to attend charity functions and things like that, to do a podcast from there and get interviews and stuff. So, what's your take on that?
On
attending charity events and stuff?
Not fussed.
You know, as long as it's within a reasonable
travelling distance.
Yeah. Because
don't turn around. No offense, but don't turn around and say, "Can you attend our event? Where's your event?" We're based in Edinburgh,
or the Falkland Islands,
yeah.
or
we're based in Edinburgh or Isle of Man.
Yeah, because that's a bit. You know, then we'd have to charge expenses.
Basically, it's going to cost you so much, you might as well make your own way down and do the event here in Birmingham.
Yeah. But we are going to be supporting some local charities and causes here in Birmingham as well. So, now I've left, like I said, I keep saying it, our lovely workplace. I left our lovely workplace in the last month, actually end of last week. So I'll be concentrating more on the business and hopefully allowing us to do a lot more. So, okay, so we've got the internet browsers coming up. What else, Vish, should we do shows on?
We've got so many questions still to answer. I think we need to get through that list of questions first.
I mean, we've covered just a few today, the best we can, haven't we? So, guys, we've got 2 more tracks to play yet. The next one is a good one, actually.
Yep.
That Vishal's brought with him. I think he's brought out his Top Guns today.
Nah, not yet. This is Kano featuring Craig David. This is the girl.
Okay, guys, we're going to play this track and then we'll be back before the shutdown and
our final track.
Yeah. Okay, guys, hope you enjoy this one. That is this girl, I think it's called, isn't it?
This is the girl.
This is the girl.
That is this girl.
Sorry, I'm reading an angle here off the screen. So, of the next 2 shows, we'll do the browser versus.
Yep. Browser versus browser.
Browser versus browser. You may hear a few noises and that in the background of today's show, a few voices that you don't recognise. No issues there, but that's because we haven't soundproofed the studio yet, so hopefully we'll get that sorted. Okay, guys, we're gonna log off for today and shut down. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Hope you've enjoyed the tracks. Vishal is back, and we'll be back for the next 2 shows, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because that'll be the browser versus browser shows, and then we'll just. I think Internet Explorer is not going to succeed. I've just got.
Never has, never will.
I've just got a. Do you know how I think it's going to be? And this is just a random thing.
Go on.
Right? It'll be Firefox. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my prediction. It'll be Firefox, Apple's Safari. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opera or whatever it is. Browser. Yeah. Then Netscape. Then it'll be Google Chrome. Then it'll be Internet Explorer.
Joint with AOL.
Joint with AOL. No, I've put that on record because I want to see how it turns out. We're going to get all our reviews, we're going to do our research and get it all sorted. I'm even going to install every single one of the browsers on my on the studio laptop here, on my laptop, and we'll go from there. But guys, we're logging off, and this is our final track, which is Bish.
Joel featuring Papoose, and the track is Baby Where You At.
Hope you guys enjoy this one, and we'll log you off, and we'll see you next time.